Hello, superstars. Oh, so you do know that I'm talking to you, that this night is all about you. My name is Stacia Pascal, and I serve on the NAACP Education Committee. I also work at Freeman Elementary as an IST, and I am proud to stand here as the president of the Garland Area Alliance of Black School Educators. But the highlight of this night for me is being able to present this program for each and every one of you. Students, I want you to know that in your chairs you have a special program. Everyone find it? Your program looks different than the program that your parents have, so make sure you keep up with that program and give it to them, because they're going to want to put it in the scrapbook. They're going to want to have it when they post in Facebook and tweet, so make sure you keep it, okay? Don't lose it. So, tonight you are in for a treat. We have coming to us a Garland girl. She is Garland grown, and her name is Kimberly Mills. Kimberly attended Texas Women's University. She's a mother of 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. Her husband even works here in the district. She loves to sing, ride her bike, and more importantly, she loves to heal. So I would love for you to welcome with me Miss Kimberly Mills.
Good afternoon. My name is Kimberly Mills, and I'm a family nurse practitioner at Baylor Scott & White in Royce City. I am honored to speak before you tonight and share with you my personal experience of my woes and success. I would like to thank the NAACP and the Excel program for allowing me to speak, and also a special thanks to Dr. Miller. As she mentioned before, I'm a former student of the Garland Independent School District. I attended Spring Creek Elementary, Webb Middle School, and Naaman Forest was where I graduated. Growing up, I always had a vision of what I wanted to become. And I knew the means of how to achieve that vision, but there were some challenges along the way. I was not that student that most people would probably think of, a straight A student, stellar, graduating with honors. I was just average. Made A's and B's, but I also had some struggles and adversities along the way. Many of you take the STAR test, where I took the TOS test. And for me, that was my challenge. That was the vice in my life. I took the test, and senior year was told I may not graduate because I had to pass the TOS. Your STAR, my TOS. But I passed, and so that was the next level to my journey. But along the way, adversities. School was not always easy. I had to work a little bit harder than my peers, and sometimes that became a challenge. I'm sure many of you students can relate to having challenges, whether it be math or reading or science, where you just don't want to do it because it's hard, because it's difficult, and it makes education to you not fun. But my challenge to each and every one of you is to change the perspective and your thought process of it being difficult or hard or challenging, and make things that are challenging for you, the things that are difficult for you, work harder at. That's something I had to teach myself in college, that I had to work harder at the things that I really wanted. So for me, math was one of those areas that was a challenge. Growing up your age, if I could run from a word problem, I would. But it doesn't get you very far, because math you have to have for the rest of your life. That's something that you have to carry with you, whether it's being when you become a parent or an adult, balancing a checkbook, you have to know math. So I challenge each and every one of you as you go day to day, is finding that thing that is difficult that you don't like and work hard at it. Make that the area that you put more emphasis into. And even though you may not be perfect at it, you'll be better at it. Thomas Edison said, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always trying and trying again and not giving up on the things that challenge you." Malcolm X speaks about education as the passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to people who prepare for it today. So if I prepare myself for the future, I can be anything. I can be great. My journey was, again, like many of yours. I struggled. I was an ABC student, and I was okay with it. But when I went off to college, it became a little bit more challenging. I didn't know how to study. My first year in college, I wasn't successful because I didn't know how to study. I had an anatomy and physiology teacher that saw more in me than I actually saw in myself. She encouraged me and said she wouldn't give me a chance to mess up, but she wasn't giving me anything either. She was going to make me work for it. So, with that being said, I ended up going home my first year of college from Prairie View A&M. Not where I wanted to be, feeling as though I had failed myself, my friends. They were all getting their 4-year degrees, but I had to start over. What does starting over look like? I didn't know how to study. I didn't know how to prepare myself to be successful, so I had to teach myself. I taught myself to study. I taught myself to do the things that I didn't like to do. At TWU, when I attended Texas Women's University, I found myself sitting in the library and forcing myself to sit and apply myself and read out loud so that I can comprehend what I was reading to understand to study for a test. Many of you probably have those same challenges and difficulties when it comes to, am I good enough? Can I be successful? Can I achieve the unachievable? Because somewhere along the way we've told ourselves that we can't and that it's not possible. But you can be anything that you want to be. The sky is the limit. There were many times when you look at my grades from grade school, who would have thought? Me, a nurse practitioner. But when you look at my grades from college, I went from average to honors, to making the dean's list, to being successful and being able to mentor to others, to encourage others, to people looking up to me and wanting my opinion. I want each and every one of you students to think about, what are your challenges? What prevents you from being the best that you can be? I want each of you to look at today and the awards that you get and frame it. Remember the test that you achieved that reminded you of how great you really are, and hone in on that and keep that with you and allow that to be the reminder that you can be successful and you can be whatever you want to be. For me, coming back from Prairie View, it was looking back at a 3rd grade TOS test. For whatever reason, I always thought, I just can't do it. But I had achieved academic excellence on that test. So that opened my eyes that I'm greater than I ever thought I was. And some of it was just having the self-confidence and speaking positivity in my own life. So I encourage you guys to just, in your head, think about, what do you want to be when you grow up? And even though right now, it may change in a few years, but right now, just think, what can I do? Whether it be a doctor, nurse, teacher, lawyer, basketball player. It may not even seem possible looking at where you are right now. And even from your parents' point of view, I just don't know what that child's going to do. I don't know, but I'm just going to pray for him. And that's what I encourage you to do. Don't ever accept no for an answer when it comes to your academics. Because someone tells you that you can't or it doesn't seem possible, always know that you can. Speak into yourself that I'm smart, I'm capable, I'm just as good as, if not better, than the next person. It's okay to be the last person taking a test. You don't have to be the first one to finish. We often get caught up in that and forget that the first one doesn't always mean that you have passed or succeeded. Parents, I encourage you to encourage your children. Speak positivity in their lives. Push them when you know that they can do better. If they struggle in areas and you don't feel like you are capable of or able to help them in the way that they need it, provide them with the necessary resources, whether it be through their teachers, church members, tutors. I remember my mother and father, they would encourage me, but sometimes that could seem like a hindrance because they're doing one way, but you're pushing another. And just having someone to be an advocate for you when you can't do it for them is always beneficial. You are all amazing, smart, and intelligent children and can achieve the impossible. An average student can be the president. They can be doctors, lawyers, attorneys. They can achieve the impossible. And each and one of you have a great gift. Hone in on the gift that God has given each and every one of you, and you will succeed. Thank you.
At the end of the video presentation, there were two questions that was posed to the entire audience. One, will you be the dream keepers? And the second question was, will you receive the baton? So we're expecting great things from you. At this time, we're going to have words of encouragement from Mr. Kenneth Washington, principal of Webb Middle School.
Thank you. Good evening. Come on, we can do better than that. Good evening. This is a glorious night for these wonderful recipients. Good evening, everyone. Like Dr. Graham stated, I'm Kenneth Washington, principal at Webb Middle School. And I'm very honored to be here today. I'd like to thank the NAACP for providing this opportunity for our wonderful students. Thank Garland Independent School District, our board members for providing the platform, our superintendent, Dr. Crone, as well. Really appreciate this opportunity to speak to you students and to the audience this evening to offer a level of motivation, because you have to understand where an individual comes from to really understand why they are where they're at. So I just want to tell you a little bit about myself briefly, and then I want to go into talking about our wonderful students. Kenneth Washington, born and raised partially in Detroit, Michigan. I am the descendant of a pig farmer. My grandfather was a pig farmer, actually, and both of my parents were high school dropouts. They both had 2 children before the age of 18, but at the end of the day, that wasn't what made them who they were. They had a certain thing called perseverance. It was regardless of where they came from or what their history was, they understood the importance of what the future had to hold. And they instilled that in me and my siblings. They always taught us how to persevere. And at the end of the day, perseverance is what gets you to success. When you understand the obstacles that you have been faced with and you understand that you have to face those obstacles, you cannot go around them, you can't go over them, you have to go straight through the obstacles that are presented in front of you. And that is what determines the testament of a man and a woman. That is what perseverance is. We talk to our students all the time about having a certain level of passion, a certain level of respect for yourself. I tell my students all the time, when you write your name on a piece of paper, you are representing something bigger than yourself. You're representing your heritage. You're representing your family. You're representing where you will one day be, and some individuals may pick up this piece of paper and see your name posted on it, and you have to represent what that means. At the end of the day, it's more than just putting print to paper. It's owning that. It's showing that you have dedicated yourself to a product, and in that product, you're going to make sure that it is of a certain level. And that is, at the end of the day, what all of our parents and our ancestors have tried to instill upon us, a certain level of pride, a certain level of honor. And that is why you students are sitting here today, because you have elicited that throughout your time this school year, which is why your administrators or your teachers have recognized you and requested that you be here this evening. I'm sure that all of you have faced many obstacles, and your obstacles are not finished. Your obstacles will continue to present themselves. I know we have a young crowd of students, but I know some of you have probably seen the movie Rocky. And in the last installment of Rocky, he made a very clear point in that movie when he was speaking with his son. He made the statement, it's not about how hard you get hit. It's not about how hard you hit. It is about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. At the end of the day, you're going to get hit. Something's going to happen. No one's going to have a perfect track record throughout everything that they do. So when you're getting hit and you're facing these obstacles, dig down deep and understand where you came from. Dig down deep and understand what has been instilled into you from your parents, from your grandparents. Because you do. We all are sitting here with a lot of history in our blood and in our souls, but we have to realize how to identify those things. And in identifying them is the most difficult thing, students. I'll be honest with you. Growing up in Detroit with 2 young parents, it was difficult. My dad loves hip-hop. I grew up with my dad listening to LL Cool J. I know that's above your air, but my dad loves hip-hop. He still listens to Lil Wayne. He still listens. Now, he's not listening to this new stuff with Lil Uzi Vert and these other guys you guys are listening to. But my dad has a young soul because he wants to relate. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about relating to someone. So I really appreciate having that opportunity to face the obstacles that I faced. You know, I sit there and I think back to growing up as a child with my parents not knowing much about education. They dropped out. Well, my father dropped out. His mother dropped out. And so it was a legacy. It was a a pattern that had been created. And it was up to some generation to end that pattern. The obstacles that I faced in Detroit dealing with various things from drug dealers running across the street, not being able to go to the park, not being able to celebrate Halloween, because in the city of Detroit, Halloween is called Devil's Night. You can't go out and trick or treat on Halloween because individuals are getting massacred, unfortunately, and people are doing senseless acts of violence. So growing up in these type of environments molds you into a certain type of individual. It provides you with a level of perseverance that when you see a difficult situation in front of you, you know you're going to have to face it, and you know you're going to have to make a good decision in the process of that. Now, in the moments of being in Detroit, the most important thing that my parents always taught me was about relationships. Watch who you're hanging with. Watch who you're spending your time with. Monitor the decisions that you make. At the end of the day, it's up to you to make these wise decisions. But it's difficult to make decisions. That's the most difficult thing that you're going to face, is making the decisions that you have. But your experiences will lead and help you make those decisions a little easier. At the end of the day, we all make mistakes. A mistake is part of life. It's an error. But it's what you do after that mistake that's really going to define you as a person, as an individual, and as a husband or wife one day, Lord be willing. Now, the most important thing, like I stated, was relationships. If you can foster and build a good relationship with an individual, there's no telling what you can obtain from that person. It's always a privilege to familiarize yourself with individuals from various cultures, from various walks of life, from different aspects that you have. If you find yourself hanging with the same people just like you, from the same neighborhoods you come from, then you're not really expanding your horizons, students. You have to really embrace the opportunity to meet new people and learn new things, because that's what life is about. That's how you experience new foods, new places, and those things that come on in life. And that's what we're all here for. A lot of you are 13, 14 years old, and Lord be willing, you'll be living to 80 years old. So right now, you're only living one-fifth of your life. So you have a long span in front of you that you have to prepare yourselves for, and the decisions that you're making now are going to place you in a position in 10 or 15 years where you can enjoy life. And trust me, enjoying life is what it's all about. Having the opportunity or even the resources to be able to travel, having the opportunity or the resources to enjoy certain types of cuisine or foods that you want to enjoy, to buy certain articles of clothing. Everybody likes to look a certain way, and in order to do these certain things, you have to place yourself in a position where you can reach these levels of success. Now, the tough part about reaching success, there's a lot of individuals out there that are going to be hating on you. Hate is a great thing. Hate is going to strengthen you. A great person just passed away recently, and he had a funny skit on the Dave Chappelle show, and it was all about hate. Understanding that hate will motivate you if you allow it. You cannot allow hate to break you down. You cannot allow hate to place you in a position whereas you are second-guessing who you know you are. You can't allow that. You have to keep powering through, as I tell my students. You have to power through. So in thinking about hate, how many fishers do I have out here? Anybody that fishes? Have anybody that fish? You fish? So when you're out there catching a certain type of fish, you use a certain type of bait. If you want to catch catfish, you put a little stank on it, right? You get that stanky bait. You put a little stank on that bait, and that bait is going to attract those catfish. If you want to catch something else, you fly fishing, you're using a little fly, and you're doing different things. Students, what I want you to know is there's going to be all types of bait that is going to be hanging around you. You have to make a wise choice and determine which bait you're going to bite. Because at the end of the day, on the inside of that bait is a hook. And that hook can hook you in the right way, or it can hook you in the wrong way. And you do not want to bite that bait that's going to hook you in the wrong way and take you down a path that's going to take you forever to dig yourself out of. So be mindful of that. Be mindful that there's going to be pretty things that are going to be dangling in front of you that you want to grab. We all want luxurious things. We're the descendants of kings and queens. That's what we want. We all want that. But everything that's gold doesn't glitter and shine. And you got to be mindful and be aware of that. And this all boils down to choices. And it boils down to the experiences that you have had in your life that are going to identify and separate you from making the wrong choices in life. I heard an interesting statement the other day, and it came from Jalen Rose. I really like Jalen Rose. He's an inspiration to me. He's also from the city of Detroit. He's had an outstanding basketball career, and now he's in the media, and he's presenting himself at a very, very high level. He's articulate. He recognizes and identifies what he's saying and doing at all times. And that's what we have to do as people. We always have to recognize what we're doing, and sometimes we lose grasp of that. I lose grasp of that myself, and at the end of the day, it's about reflecting on that. But what Jalen Rose said the other day was, people enter your life for 4 reasons. They either enter your life to add something, they enter your life to subtract something, they enter your life to multiply something, or they enter your life to divide something. And you have to make a decision on that individual that has entered your life, how long they're going to stay and what impact they're going to have on you, because they will have an impact. I'm truly blessed to be married to a beautiful woman, and I'm not married to her just because she's beautiful. I'm married to her because she multiplies me. And that's what you want. You want somebody that will multiply you. You don't want anybody that's going to subtract you. You don't want anybody that's going to divide you and make you smaller. You want somebody that's going to increase upon what you have. Some friends will add, but they can only add a small amount. And you have to recognize what they've added is over. And when they've added what they've added, it's time for you to move on. Me and Mr. Davis was just talking about relationships that we have. And these relationships can point you in a direction that is extremely difficult. And sometimes these relationships lead you on a path that you don't even know that you're going on. I grew up with a best friend. That was my cousin. And my best friend's name was Mike Tyson. So I grew up in the 80s, early 90s, with a best friend named Mike Tyson. And every moment he had, he wanted to show everybody that he was Mike Tyson Jr. He was only 5'6", though. Little bitty little guy. But my friend loved him to death, still love him to this day, but I understand that we are on 2 different paths. When we were younger, he joined the gang. He was a gangster disciple out of the Folk Nation, out of Chicago. And he made certain choices that I did not agree with. So I became the, hey, man, I got to go. Hey, man, I got basketball practice. Hey, man, I got some homework to do. Hey, man, I got to do this. I got the nickname, hey, man. But that's okay. Because I was trying to position myself I didn't position myself for success. I really positioned myself not to get beat by my mama when I got home, because my mama wasn't playing that. I grew up with, even though she didn't graduate high school, thank you. She didn't play when it came to discipline, and she didn't play when it came to education. So that was my true fear, because she taught me how to recognize and respect the name that was given to me. But at the end of the day, I still had to be a man and identify the choices that I made. So when my best friend started making those choices, and he made some poor choices, he ended up in prison. I visited him, I sent money, I put money on his books, because that's what friends do. It's a relationship. He needed me, but I didn't need him. But at one point, it turned into where it was hindering me, and I had to realize that I needed to move on. Students, you're going to run across those situations in your life, and you have to realize when it's time to move on. Reflection is the golden key to life. When I think about every day when I go home, I sit back and I reflect on what happened. I think about the decisions that I made, some of them good, some of them bad. But at the end of the day, it's a decision that I have to stand on. And the reflection that I take upon that decision is what's going to grow me into the individual that I need to become. And the road's not done yet. The work is not complete in me either. I still got a lot of work to do. But at the end of the day, I'm going to persevere through all those things like you're going to persevere through all those things and make yourself successful. So at the end of the day, I want you to think of 3 things. I want you to think of compassion. Have compassion for others. And compassion is different from empathy. Compassion means that you see hurt in someone and you want to help them. And when you go help somebody, brain research has shown when your individual shows compassion, the neurons start flaring in your brain. Because as people, we have a genuine desire to help others. So when you're a path on life, make sure you have compassion for others. When you see things not going right, say something. Have a voice. Speak up. There's a lot of evil and hate going on in this world, and it's because a lot of individuals don't have the heart or the voice to express or to share what they truly feel out of fear. We can't have fear. You got to speak up to things. The next thing you need to have is concern. Have concern for others. Have concern off of the decisions that people make. And if you make the decision to have someone as your friend, have concern for that friend. Don't just allow them to make decisions that are poor. And if they're not listening to your advice, then that's that one that maybe needs to be subtracted from your life. So have concern for others, but know when it's time to end that concern. And the final thing is commitment. You've already exhibited commitment. That's why you're sitting here today, students. But in life, commitment is a bigger thing. And you have to find what you're going to commit to. They always say if you can't find something to live for, you got to have something you're going to die for. And I don't stand up here and fight for what's in front of me. I stand up here and fight for what's behind me, my family, my children, my school, my children at school. That's what I fight for. That's why I hold my commitment. And you have to figure out what you're going to commit yourselves to. And once you make that commitment and you identify what it is that you want, write your goals down. Figure out what different steps you need to take and identify what people you need around you that are going to help you reach the steps that you want to make. In closing, just remember those three things: to have compassion, to have concern, and to have commitment for others, because that's what we are here for. We're people, and we are in the people business. I'm here to serve, and that's all I can do. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to share with you. Students, good luck to you. Go hard, and I mean go hard. Don't hold back. Don't worry about what someone else is going to say. Don't worry about what it's going to look like. You make it happen for yourselves. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. And you're already on the right step, right on the right track right now. And I'm looking forward to seeing each of you in 4 to 6 years crossing that stage, being successful and starting that next path and bragging about how GISD has prepared you for everything that you have. Thank you. Have a good evening.
From 1906 to 63, this is a tribute to all the Greeks. AKA 1908. AKA 1908.
She likes the boys in the band. She knows what they don't become. Every musician's fan.
Good evening. My name is Ralph Mills. I'm the assistant principal at Abbott Elementary. Our principal, Betsy Cummins, is not here, but would like to say a few words in regards to our students. We are bringing two outstanding All-Stars to be awarded today. They are Caleb Platt and Mariana Johnson. Both of these students are Great Star recipients.
Good evening. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm excited to be from Armstrong Elementary, where our principal is Mr. Coleman Bruman. I'm the assistant principal, Ms. Valerie Nobles. I'm excited to present two awards, one to Mr. Damon Flowers, who came to our school, and I want to say third grade, and he has just been shining and just been so awesome, and so we're super excited to recognize him today. And then also Ms. Destiny Wiley, who has been at our school since longer than I've been there, so it's just exciting to see them do great things and to receive these awards tonight. Thank you.
All right, good evening. My name is Chris Marshall. I'm the assistant principal at Back Elementary School, and on behalf of Ms. Teresa McCutcheon and myself, we'd like to award these certificates to Anthony Carroll All and Jayla Cunningham. And unfortunately, Jayla could not be here tonight.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lily Carrero. I'm the assistant principal over at Beaver Technology Center, and on behalf of Mr. Jason Adams, our principal, I'd like to recognize our two recipients of this wonderful award. We're not only really excited but proud because they exemplify what the Goldilocks Award stands for and what a Beaver Ambassador stands for. And this award goes to Janice Dixon and James Hurston.
My name is Carla Massey, and I am the principal at Bradfield Elementary. And I am delighted to present these awards to two of our wonderful students. This goes to Kamari Ellis and Trevon Hastings. Congratulations. We are so proud of you two.
Good evening. My name is Candy Goodwin, and I'm the assistant principal at Bullock Elementary. I am representing our principal, Dr. Shannon Trimble. This evening, we have two outstanding recipients who are the perfect example for this award. I have watched them grow up since kindergarten. Both of these students are very well-rounded, quiet, and quality good students. First, we have Miss Adifumilola Aladuru and Brandon Johnson.
Hi, my name is Lucas Pisania. I am the assistant principal at Caldwell Elementary. I'm representing it also with Miss Amanda Guest. And our recipients are some of the hardest working students. We had one student that left Caldwell and came back just in time. We also have another student that has improved so much over the last years. But we want to recognize Miss Dakota Clark and Mr. DeQuaylen Williams.
Good evening, everybody. Today, we are so excited because Carver Elementary is celebrating their 10th year, and we cannot be prouder to celebrate two students who have been in our school since kindergarten. I think Keith has been there since pre-K as well. But our students have been with us since kindergarten. We are celebrating our past, present, and future at Carver Elementary, and we're so excited about that this year, our 10th anniversary. And on our 10th anniversary, we're more excited to celebrate me, Wendy Williams, the principal, and our awesome 5th grade reading teacher, Ms. Bawani. We would like to honor Triana Dixon Kitchen and Mr. Keith Andrews for their hard work.
I am Dr. Amy Pennington, the principal at Centerville Elementary, and we are very proud to award two very hardworking students this award tonight. We have Patience Wiley and Medford Body.
Good evening. I'm Charla McClure. I'm the assistant principal at the Classical Center at Val Elementary, and I consider it an honor to be presenting these two awards tonight to two well-deserving students. I have Dalen Davis and Candace Sims.
Good evening. I am Michelle Prince, Assistant Principal at Club Hill Elementary, and I have with me today Miss Rule, our 5th grade math teacher, and we are proud to acknowledge our 2 recipients, Nakia Alex, and unfortunately she's unable to be here with us today. Oh, she's here. Oh, okay. Come on, Nakia. I'm sorry. Sorry, Nakia. And we also would like to acknowledge Dimitri Jordan.
Good evening. My name is Kathy Holman, and I'm a 5th grade teacher at Cooper Elementary. And on behalf of our principal, Dr. Darlene Cravens, who couldn't be with us this evening, it gives me great pleasure to announce the recipients for our school, Miss Aaliyah Allen and Mr. Jamarian McDaniel.
Good evening. I am Angelie Morales, the principal at Couch Elementary. I would like to recognize 2 of our star students at Couch Elementary, and I want them to know how much they matter and how much the world needs their contribution. That is Jacoby Jackson and Amari Washington.
Good evening. I'm Bonnie Barrett. I'm the principal at Darty Elementary, and I am so proud and pleased to present our award to 2 students who epitomize great behavior and hard work every day. We have Janiyah Irving and Montreal Wilson.
Good evening. My name is Patrick Beecham. I'm the assistant principal at Davis Elementary. Our principal is Tricia Tatum. And this is Miss Carolyn Lee, our 5th grade teacher, and she is going to present our awardees for tonight.
Good evening. It's my honor to present our awards to Anna Osai and Travion Brown.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Leslie Russell, and I'm the principal at Dorsey Elementary, and this is my wonderful assistant principal, Denise Campbell. And we are so very proud of our Wildcat students, Angelise McMillan and Godson Anyati.
Hello, good evening. I am Suzanne Fields. I'm the assistant principal at Etheridge Elementary, speaking on behalf of Jill Vincent, our principal. And I'm so thrilled and honored to recognize the following 2 students. They definitely represent our Etheridge family so very well. They are kids that walk in through the doors with huge smiles on their face, eager to learn, and work so hard to do their best. And not only that, they have a character that is just undeniably just superb and dynamite, I have to say. And that is going to take them a long way. So I'm passing that baton on, the Goldilocks Award, to you guys today and challenge you guys to do your best always and forever. And this goes to Amaya Gravely and Loomis King.
Good evening. My name is Vicki High, the assistant principal at Freeman Elementary School, and joining me is Miss Patricia Kehoe, one of our stellar 5th grade teachers, and she will announce the names of these 2 deserving students.
Good evening. I'm honored to present the awards to Arsima Takaleli and Kyle Woods.
Good evening. My name is Jeffrey Waller, and I'm an assistant principal at Stedham Elementary, and I'm representing our principal, Miss Lakeisha Culpepper. And this is our awesome, fine math teacher, self-contained teacher, Mr. Frank Garza. I would like to make our presentation for our awards to Raven Crawford and Louis Hernandez.
Good evening. My name is Alicia Hayes, and I'm the assistant principal at Golden Meadows Elementary. And here with me is our awesome fifth grade teacher, Miss Cindy Tarrant. And we are honored to present this award to Favor Uday and Isaiah Jackson.
Good evening. My name is Taisha Nelson, and I'm the proud principal at Hanley Elementary. I'm delighted to have two of my marvelous fifth grade teachers with me, Miss Betts and Miss Hildreth. And we are delighted to award our proud Panthers, Miss Elena Cook and Christian Williams, for displaying pride, which is act with purpose, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence.
Hello, my name is Lisa Clark. I'm a reading interventionist at Heather Glen Elementary. I'm here tonight to stand in for my principal, Crystal Jocelyn, and my assistant principal, Poughkeepsie Ramirez, and to recognize two of our road runners who are fast. That means they are fair, they accept responsibility, they strive for success, and they think before they act. And our two recipients are Angela Azumba and Andrew Martin. Thank you.
I'm the principal of Herforth Elementary. My name is Jessica Hicks, and I'm excited to announce our recipients, Madison Wafer and DeMarcus Hall. And poor Madison is home ill, and DeMarcus couldn't make it, but we want to wish them congratulations and tell them they've done a great job. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Selena Allen. I'm the assistant principal at Hickman Elementary. On behalf of Ms. McEwen, the principal, and myself, I am proud to present this award to Sierra Hines and Jeremy Garrett, who is sick today.
Good evening. My name is Sonia Palmer, and I'm the proud principal of Hillside Academy for Excellence. With me, I have one of our fabulous fifth grade teachers, Mrs. Dawn Everson. And we are super excited to present these awards to outstanding members of our Hillside Eagle family, in Zena Chikwoma and Jarvis Roberts.
Good evening. My name is Spencer Hughes, and I'm the principal of Annie Keeley Elementary. Thank you. In Rowlett, Texas, and I have with me Mary Sugg, one of our fifth grade teachers, and it gives us great honor to recognize two of our leaders that actually function on our safety patrol that make sure that we greet kids every morning as well as when we leave the day. And those two students are Maya Bobian and Trayvon Tapsby.
Good evening. I am Toby Schmidt. I'm the principal at Kimberlin Academy. I have with me our assistant principal, Tammy Sullivan, and one of our fifth grade teachers, Allison Grubasich. We are so excited. We are happy to recognize two of our fifth grade knights for this award. They bring positivity and excellence with them every day when they walk into our building, and we could not be happier for them. We have Jeremiah Lewis and Trinity Fluker.
Good evening. I'm Elisa Whitrock. I'm the principal at Liberty Grove Elementary.
And we have two amazing groovy Gators here tonight who are respectful, responsible, and always doing the right thing, and that's Ja'Cory Seguirs and Ashlyn Henderson.
Good evening. I'm Cheryl Alexander, the principal at Lister Elementary, home of the Lister Lions, and I am very honored and pleased to recognize, I think they're here, recognize two of the brightest lion cubs that we have at Lister. They are Lauren Guillory and Jeremiah Burns.
Hi there, I'm Debbie Sanders, Assistant Principal at Luna Elementary. Mrs. Wilkerson, my principal, and I, and Miss Wynn, our 5th grade teacher, would like to congratulate two of our students who I don't see over there. They are Nehemiah Savage and Ahmad Wilson. So I'm sure they're at home studying. They'll be in my office in the morning if they're not. They come to the Lunaverse every day to learn great things, so we're proud of our Luna Lions. Thank you.
Andy Kaiser, principal at Montclair Elementary, and I get to tell you about two great kids. My teachers love seeing these kids come in every morning, and I know they're going to be doing great things in the world here in a few years. Ayana Daniels and Darrell Wooten.
I'm Zoe Tafchu, Assistant Principal at Northlake Elementary, and here with me I have a wonderful science, our 5th grade science teacher, Julie Boudre, who will be also present the awards to our Goldilocks winners.
I am honored to present the award to Ariana Mitchell and Jaden Johnson.
My name is Andrea Kleigner, and I'm the assistant principal at Parkcrest Elementary. And on behalf of my principal, Raylan Scroggin, and all of our 5th grade teachers, I'd like to present our award to Erin Powell Sally and Mariah Trammell. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Vicki Devontier. I'm the principal of Nita Pearson Elementary in Rowlett. We are here to honor two very special students. Congratulations to Eden Crockham and Isaiah Snowden.
Okay, good afternoon. On behalf of Ruth Roach, I am not the principal there, but I think we may have the students there. These students that received this award for the Goldilocks is Miss Ariana Clark and Mr. Michael Sayin II. Now, I am the principal at Rowlett Elementary, and I want to announce my two Goldilocks Award candidates. I only think one is here, though. Miss Sanai Lee, I think she's absent, and Decarius Love. Great kid. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Danielle Riddick. I am the assistant principal at Sewell Elementary, and I'm here with one of our fabulous 5th grade teachers, Miss Angie Mitchell. We are representing our principal, Miss Kim Marsh. We are here to present this award to two magnificent students. They are hardworking, and they are the most kind-hearted students we have. And so I would like to present the award to Galia Tesfamichael and Daniel Shawa.
Good evening. I'm Deborah Henson, principal at Shorehaven Elementary, and I brought with me Keisha Davis, one of our fantastic 5th grade teachers, who will announce our award winners.
Good evening. I am so very proud to present this award to Aaliyah Kamara
and Quentin Clark.
Good evening. I'm Krista McClure, the Assistant Principal at Sugar Elementary, and we proudly present these awards to Lanaya Metlock and Isaiah King. Congratulations.
All right, good evening. I'm Quentin Darden, the proud principal at Southgate Elementary, along with our fifth grade reading teacher, Louis Buckman, and we're excited to present the Goldilocks Award to Debbie Otakuya and Travante Dorsey.
Good evening. I am Jade Hobbs, Assistant Principal of Spring Creek Elementary, and I'm very proud and honored to present the awards to two dynamic students, Jamaria Fulbright and Jakayla Woods.
Good evening. I am Kristen Bobovic, the Assistant Principal at Stevens Elementary. And on behalf of myself and Janae Haynes Carter, the principal, I also have Neosha Washington, our amazing fifth grade teacher. We are here to present two recipients for this award tonight.
And these two students, one in his absence, I count it truly a blessing to have these two students. Sky, who is very quiet but full of so much potential, and Jalen, who is on the flip side, the comedian. He's kind of the outspoken one, but in his absence, Jalen Cook Warren and Sky Epps.
Good evening. My name is Edwin Hood, and I'm the principal at Toller Elementary. And our two recipients, unfortunately, one was at home sick today, and the other one, Mom emailed me right at 5:30, and she had to work late, so she couldn't come. But we definitely want to honor our two students, Brianna Oyene and Christian Every.
Good evening, I'm Brian Trishell. I'm the assistant principal at Walnut Glen Academy for Excellence. I'm standing in for Miss Lisa Alexander tonight. I don't think my students were able to make it tonight, but that's unfortunate because those are definitely two students that deserve recognition. And since you are here tonight, I just wanted to tell you all you can do it. You're strong, you've got potential, and you have power. So just keep working hard, and let's give them all a good round of applause.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Tim Brown, and I'm the assistant principal at Watson Technology, where Mr. Chris Gray serves as the principal, and I'm the assistant principal again. We have two teachers here from Watson, fifth grade teachers, and they are Mrs. Blankenship and Mrs. Moore. We want them to wave their hand. They are celebrating and congratulating our two students today. In fact, two of your newest NAACP members, and they are Zaria McBride and Bronche Valentine. We're very proud of them.
Good evening. My name is Jenny Thomason. I'm the assistant principal at Weaver Elementary, and I'm here for Mr. Espino. And I'm also here with Miss Malone, our awesome fifth grade teacher. Where are you, Miss Malone? Oh, over here. And I'm here to recognize two of our students, Ayana Madden and Elijah Jones.
Good evening, folks. My name is Chuck Viernes. I'm the principal at the Williams Elementary School. And I am so proud and privileged and honored to be here to recognize two students, one of which cannot be here this evening, and that's Kiana Bolden and Kevin Oliver Jr. Thank you.
Good evening.
We have one elementary award, and that is on behalf of Ruth Roach Elementary and Jeanette O'Neill, the principal there. We'd like to honor Ariana Clark.
Good evening, I'm Holly France. I'm principal of Austin Academy, and it is my pleasure and honor to recognize our students for this Goldilocks Excel Award. They are genuine, they are kind, and they are humble, and we're very blessed to have them on our campus. So thank you to our students for their efforts and for their families in sharing your child with us. So we'd like to recognize Jamari Johnson, Jalen Washington, Jemiah Johnson, and Chastity Butler. I'd also like to recognize Donovan Dunn and Ibrahim Adem, who are unable to join us this evening. Thank you.
Good evening. We're so excited to see everyone tonight. I'm Kelly Harmon. I am honored and blessed to be assistant principal at Brandenburg Middle School. And tonight, all my kids are here. I'm so excited. We're going to honor tonight Madison Cooley. They're very handsome tonight. Desmond Leday. Miss Joyce Ianni. And equally as handsome, Devontae Houston. My very talented athlete, Miss Elizabeth Woods. And my very talented musician, Mr. Joshua Townsend.
Good evening. I'm Jessica Warlick from Bussey Middle School. I am honored to be here as a representative of Bussey Nation and these fine young men and women that represent the nation for us every single day. We are very proud of you, and we're proud of their families that are here as well. All right, first, I have Chantel Willis. Emmanuel Gibson. Erica Thomas. Douglas Anchuary. Joanna Wito. And Jaquise Anderson.
Good evening again. Honoring for Coyle Middle School, I'm Sarah McCoy, and we're going to honor our proud Cougars today. First, we have Takara Jones. Next, we have Precious Ime. Ladies first. Ayana Morgan. Now our handsome Cougars. We have Preston Smith. Jaden Jeffers. And James Davidson.
Good evening. I'm Randy King, Assistant Principal at Sam Houston Middle School. President Calvin Coolidge said that no person was ever honored for what they received, but the honor was the reward for what they've given. And I can truly say that our students at Sam Houston Middle School who are being recognized tonight give their best each and every day, and they do it with an excellent spirit. And I am honored to know them. They are Elizabeth Umoru, Deshavion Owens, Janiyah Phillips, Xavion Hicks, Jalea Sharp, and Jalen Harp.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Benavides, and I'm the principal at Hudson Middle School. First of all, thank you. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for being here. What a lovely message. I think I was inspired by Mr. Washington tonight. And then the trendsetters, they're not here anymore, but I think I want to be them when I grow up. That was pretty fantastic. So we want to thank you, parents, for being here. We love our kids. We want to thank you for choosing Hudson. We know you have a lot of options, and we're so glad to have these beautiful faces before us this evening. Tonight, we are representing a couple of amazing scholars and just students and overall citizens of Hudson Middle School that represent the true meaning of a hawk. The first student is Khalees Gilchrist, Skylar Chester, Talia Major, Kojo Sakiri, and Justin Okoriki. One more student who was not able to be here was Jada Dangerfield, so we also want to give her a round of applause. Thank you.
Well, good evening. How's everyone? Again, we want to say thank you guys for coming out. My name is Noel Greenwood. I'm one of the assistant principals at Jackson Middle School. And these are just a few of our great kids that we have at Jackson here today. We want to thank the families again. As we all know, behind great students are great families and great households. So thanks again, guys. First student we have here is Kennedy Christopher. Next, we have Simone Abraham. Alexis Clark. Asher Ephraim. And I'd like to give a shout out to two students who were not able to make it. Chukwumika Bailanwu and, thank you, and Preston Achindu.
Good evening, parents. My name is Sharita Boyd, and I am the assistant principal at Laos Middle School. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be here tonight to recognize just several of our lumberjacks that exemplify excellence, leadership, and character in all that they do. And those students are Tamia Billups, Keela Lewis, Ariana Polk, Jacory Davis, Kentrell Valentine, and Justin Flagg. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm John Tucci. I'm the principal at O'Banion Inspiration Academy. I have 6 outstanding recipients this evening. And I know Mr. Washington in his speech talked about the 3 C's. At O'Banion, we use a little word, FAR. Stands for 3 other words that really drive these students to where they need to be. The F stands for focus. The A stands for a positive can-do attitude, and the R stands for respect. And if they use that word every day, that will take them far toward destination excellence. My pleasure to announce this evening our winners. Reagan McKinney, Cordell Dukes, Raquel Brown, Corianne Fox, Amaya Smith, and Isaiah Tillman.
Good evening. My name is Sherelle Wilson, and I am the assistant principal of Schrady Middle School. It brings me pleasure to stand before some wonderful young adults and young children and the parents that support them every single day. So I want to be the first to thank you for coming out and bringing your children. We know that it is a dedication of time that brings them here and brings them to us, because we know that you have the best kids and you give us what you can with us. I do have a few words I want to share about each one of our students. Our teachers are very eager to share about the great things that they see with them, so I just have a few words to share with them. Our first recipients of our wonderful Schrady Falcons is Madison Henson. Her teachers stated that she was a student with great, kind, hard-working effort. She probably had a lot of attention to want to make sure that her details were done, and they really appreciated her parents for sending her every single day. So Madison Henson. For our 7th graders, Jada Price. Her teacher said that she was a great, hardworking student, and it was a pleasure to have her. And 8th grader, Delicia Gwynn. She has great integrity and great inspiration to all of the students in their class. So thank you to those 2 students. For our gentlemen, we have Everett Early, one of our 7th graders who shows great dedication. His teacher said that he's a great pleasure to have, and he does work very, very hard. And then 8th grader, Taylon Landingham. He actually is one of favorites of mine. I love seeing him out on the field, and I love seeing his dedication and what he does. I did want to bring a little bit of reference to Amechi Ofili. For him, one of the great things that we have with our students is that sometimes they are always active. And he did tell me that he would be at a state championship soccer game this evening, so he is the only one that didn't get to come. So thank you again for one of our students. Will you give them a hand?
Good evening. I'm the very blessed and honored principal of Sellers University, and I'm honored because these beautiful souls standing to the left of me are the epitome of academic excellence and leadership at the university. And I thank you, parents, because their sweet spirit is a beautiful reflection of all that you have instilled in them every day of their beautiful lives. This time, I would like to honor Kiara Barrett. Jordan Escobar. Britlin Williams. Seth Kapi. Kennedy Swan. And Alexandria Brown. Thank you.
Once again, I have the privilege and esteemed honor of recognizing these wonderful Webb Bears that exemplify what we require at Webb every day, and these students do it on a daily basis. Very proud of you. First, Michaela Woods. Zyra Menifee. Jamad Banks. Jacob Ibia Akabi. Sorry. Maxwell Mizzou. And Devariel Bridges. A few of our students are not present today, but that's okay. We're going to recognize them anyways.
Good evening. I'm Jim Thomas, principal at Memorial Pathway Academy, and it is an honor and a privilege for me to be able to recognize these young people from Memorial Pathway. Let me explain. I feel like I need to explain that we have just 2 young people because all we have is an 8th grade program at our school. So that's the reason we just have 2 young people to recognize tonight, but they both exhibit determination and character, and I'm so privileged to be able to be up here and recognize these young people for their efforts this year, and I look forward to great things for them when they get to high school. We have Candace Evans, and Bravon Fleming.
I told you guys at the beginning of the program you were great. Now, do you feel great now? Yes. I would like for you guys to stand at this time so we can properly acknowledge you. Stand up. Before we move to the last part of the program, I would like to give special thanks. We would like to thank Bayless Scott and White Health, H&R Block, the Garland Independent School District, Mary Witt, and Cynthia Colony. In addition, we would also like to thank our volunteers, Ms. Yarbrough, Clark Yarbrough, Lillian Spencer, and Gwen Clemens. Could we please give them all a round of applause?
Eighth graders, you guys are about to transition into a very, very important time. As parents, as we stated on last night, now is not the time to step back and let them get their independence. They're gonna need you more now than they did when they were in middle school. Once these eighth graders go into high school, oh yeah, they need your support. At home, you know, when we were planting tomatoes, we used to put a little stick in the ground, Mr. Washington. You probably know something about this, being a country boy from Detroit. But they need that support as they would grow up, because you know their temperament, you know their personality and their disposition. So when something changes, when they come home and something isn't quite right, you have to investigate and find out what's going on in that child's life, because even though your teachers see it every day, guess what? Most of these teachers have 150 to 160 students every day. So your child may not get that individual attention on that particular day when something's wrong. So parents, you have to put your arms around them and stay closely monitored with them. But eighth graders, I'm gonna challenge you. When you go to your respective high school, whichever one it is, you have to get involved. Because Mr. Washington, guess what? When I watch those lion shows on television, the lions always wanna pick out that wildebeest that's over there by himself because he's vulnerable. So parents, get your children involved in some type of activity. Do not let them go to school just to go to school and get an education, which is a great thing. But they need that social part as well. So whatever those activities are that your children are interested in, be it the STEP team, be it athletics, be it choir, student council, NHS, be it AVID, whatever those programs are, make sure that you get your child involved in that. I mean, how would it look for you to go to a restaurant and not to order anything to eat? GISD, they have multiple programs for our children to benefit from. And if we don't take advantage of that, whose responsibility is that? It's ours, right? I can put a plate of food in front of you, but I can't make you eat it. So as our children prepare to go to high school, make sure that they get involved in something.